Tyson Fury's dad feels that Anthony Joshua will get stopped and get ran through by his son, Tyson Fury. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Man, boxing is so lit right now. Wilder Fury woke boxing back up. First big fight of the year. Big fight. The numbers haven't come back, but stay tuned on my channel. I will give you guys that information as soon as it becomes available. But very good fight. Tyson Fury dethroned Wilder, taking his WBC belt. Wilder congratulated him and now is possibly making some changes to his team. He did an interview, and I made a video so you guys can get caught up with those other videos. Just look through my recent videos. And he complained and said the suit he had was 45 pounds. It was too big, it was too heavy, and it gave him dead legs. So he said his mobility wasn't there and his legs were shot. Now, it looks like he's triggering the rematch clause. But the other heavyweight that Tyson Fury has yet to face from his own homeland is Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury's pops, John Fury, he don't look as crazy. He was saying what Tyson Fury was going to do. People like myself, people like David Hay, they didn't really think that his son would have the success and be able to execute on the game plan. But John Fury, you know, he called it. He said his son was going to bully the bully, and Tyson Fury called it. And that's kind of what they did. Now, in describing a potential fight, which with the rematch clause for Wilder, it doesn't look like Joshua Fury will happen. They have to both continue to win. And then if they do, then they'll be on a collision course. John Fury, he did in an interview, link in the description. This is what he said, quote, "Joshua and Fury, they're levels apart. You know, like the aliens that are years in front of us in terms of brain power? That's how my son is in front of Joshua in terms of ability. He can't do it. He's got slow feet. He's got some fast hands. He's got a 1-2 left hook, chin stuck in the air. You've seen him. He's blowing out of his arse the moment he has any pressure put on him. Tyson will do more than put pressure on him. He'll be crying after 4 rounds. I don't think you'll see it because he's too frightened. He'll retire before he faces Tyson Fury. The Gypsy King will retire him before he even fights him. He hasn't got anything to beat him with. He doesn't need the money. He's a trillionaire, so he don't need it." He's not a trillionaire. He's being facetious. So why would you muck your legacy by letting the big gypsy spark you right out? End of. Hey, I like John Fury. John Fury talking that cash-ish. He said Joshua frightened. Listen. Boxing's lit, like I keep telling you. Joshua's a good fighter. I agree with his, his dad is, putting a little bit extra on it. I don't know how frightened Joshua is, but I will say this. I do think Joshua didn't want to fight Fury and didn't want to fight Wilder at portions of his career, because why did it take, just ask yourself this question. How come Wilder and Fury have fought twice and are probably going to fight a third time before Joshua, who was the A side above all, has fought either of them once? I repeat, how come we're about to get a third Wilder Fury fight before we've ever received one Joshua versus either guy fight? AJ versus Fury. You guys are from the same, region, the UK, British boxing. How come you never fought Fury? Especially when he came back and he was out of shape. Why, after he beat Klitschko. I'm like, they were coming up around the same time. They sparred together, etc. Why hasn't it happened? And we already know the saga with Deontay Wilder when he was undefeated, turning down $50 million after you asked for $50 million, saying you had to do it for the UK and the UK fans, and you must fight in the UK because you built something big. But now rematch room and Eddie Hearn keep talking about making every fight in Saudi Arabia. like Joshua Ruiz was in Saudi Arabia. I thought it was about the British fans and UK boxing. Why take it to Saudi Arabia? There's interviews before Wilder lost to Fury, and you guys can find them. Eddie Hearn is talking about, hey, if we make the Joshua Fury fight, I would love to do it in Saudi Arabia. I just seen an interview with Jake Paul. He says he might fight KSI in the summer in Saudi Arabia. So, you know, all that stuff was a ploy. It was posing. Joshua said he had to do it for the British fans and this and that, but he came and lost for less money to an unknown at the time, Andy Ruiz, with the 5-6 week camp. So I thought you didn't want to fight in America. How come you didn't fight Wilder in America when you were both undefeated? Now neither guy is undefeated. The only one that's undefeated is the Gypsy King. So that being said, if Fury beats Wilder again, then, you know, that'll get him out of any kind of contractual obligations. And he's clearly the number one in the division now. So again, if he beats Wilder again, he'll remain that. And it don't matter how many belts. Joshua can have 12 belts. He's not better than Tyson Fury based on legacy fights, when you fought guys, etc. How can he be? How can he be? Tyson Fury beat Klitschko when no one could beat him for almost a decade. And he beat him and made Klitschko look bad, right? It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but props to him because he beat him. He found the formula to beat him. You get what I'm saying? Joshua fought Klitschko after the Fury rematch fell apart, and Fury had gotten into drugs and trouble and then banned and started gaining weight and stuff like that, and it just downward spiraled because mental health issues and depression and stuff like that. So how is Joshua's win over Klitschko, albeit a stoppage? He also got knocked down by Klitschko. Fury was never knocked down, and he fought the fresher Klitschko, not Klitschko coming off a loss, no longer a champion, off an 18-month layoff, you know, when he was waiting for, again, the Fury rematch. So I have to agree with John Fury. Fury is the best until otherwise proven. The only person, you know, that could approve it right now is Deontay Wilder, because it looks like we're going to get the Wilder Fury 3. So I agree with him. I think Joshua is a good fighter, but Fury, he's beating guys different ways now. Like he went to and did this Kronk gym style, him and his dad, John Fury, were talking about, where he bullied the bully, where he came a lot more aggressive. He was fighting off the front foot. We've seen him fight and box off the back foot. Same thing with Otto Wallin. I gave Fury a lot of credit because after that cut opened up, he realized what was at stake with the Wilder fight, and he didn't want it to get stopped. So he started really trying to bring the fight. He's, you know, just a true warrior. He started really bringing the fight to Otto Wallin, and he started wearing him down. And he was even hurt badly when the guys are flat in the 12th round and badly hurt. He weathered that storm, didn't go anywhere. He's just a big dude, you know, big heart, big dude, and he's mixing it up. He did the same thing, kind of like the Otto Wallin after he got cut. He did it with Wilder. He did it with Steve Cunningham. We've seen him box, you know, so I got to favor him over Anthony Joshua. But beyond that, I don't see the fight happening, you know, and it doesn't sound like John Fury sees it happening. He thinks that they don't really want it. But, you know, Eddie Hearn is going to use this opportunity to try to get some energy and some eyes and attention and hype people up for something that's not going to happen. Clout chasing. Let me know what you guys think of John Fury. He says his son is just too sophisticated and advanced in terms of his boxing IQ and what he brings to the table. Can Joshua beat him? It is a different fight because Joshua is more technical than Wilder, but I think Tyson Fury has faster processing, faster mind, bigger frame, longer arms. I would even say Fury has showed more heart. You know, he got up from Wilder's punch some kind of way. And the Otto Wallin cut, you know, that showed probably a bit more heart than Joshua. You know, Joshua, when things weren't going well with Ruiz, even in the Klitschko fight. In the Klitschko fight, it was more that Klitschko gave Joshua too much respect and let off the gas more so than, and, you know, he allowed, you know, Klitschko's at fault for that. He kind of allowed Joshua to recharge his batteries over several rounds and boxed him at a slow pace. But if he would have jumped on Joshua, he would have stopped him, you know, from what I've seen, because Joshua doesn't like that, just like Andy Ruiz showed you. So he was already hurt, bell rung. He needs time to regain his senses and think. Tyson Fury, you've seen how he's seen Wilder legs and equilibrium look off, and he stayed on top of him. Now, if Tyson Fury is going to be weighing in at 273 and, you know, high 260s and stuff like that, he's really going to be harder to deal with, because you're going to have to box smart. Him grinding you down, leaning on you, pushing on you. It's just a big man, and you got to deal with his boxing IQ, the shots he's landing, plus the kind of dirty boxing, rough you up, use my weight that we've seen from the Klitschko's, we've seen from Fury, etc. So all in all, I don't see really, it'll be a big fight, but I don't see Joshua beating Fury. I don't think he has the boxing IQ. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with me and John Fury, or do you think somehow Joshua will beat Fury at this point? If so, let me know either way in the comment section. If you are new, consider subscribing. I release daily content where I talk about all things boxing, cover fights. So I travel, we do live streams, we have fun over here. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.